Tonight on To The Point, the wildfire emergency in Los Angeles.
The scope, the scale, and the erratic movements of these fires is truly unprecedented.
As firefighters start to gain the upper hand, tonight curfews go into effect where thousands of homes are now rubble.
Everything that we know and love is gone. Not just this house, my whole city gone.
Criticism over water pressure during these firefights growing. Why Governor Newsom is now demanding a review. And how could the fires impact a newly released state budget proposal suggesting a surplus? State Republicans calling for change.
We continue just to talk about spending money, but not how well that spending is.
Good evening. Thank you for joining us on To The Point. I'm Becca Haviger. Tonight, we begin following the devastating fires in Los Angeles. Officials now saying at least 11 people have died. And right now, more than 100,000 people are still under evacuation orders and warnings. Multiple fires are actively burning tonight. Take a look. The Palisades fire, which is the largest fire, is burning just north of Santa Monica. The Eaton fire, second largest, continues to burn in Altadena. The Hearst fire is burning near Sylmar, and the Kenneth fire is burning in Woodland Hills. And tonight, Governor Gavin Newsom has ordered an investigation into lost water supply and water pressure by the Los Angeles Department of Water and Power amid concerns the Pacific Palisades Reservoir was offline when the fire started. Newsom says this likely hurt the effort to protect some homes and evacuation corridors. And tonight, a curfew is in effect until 6 a.m. for the areas of the Eaton and Palisades fires to prevent looting. Firefighters are continuing to battle at least 5 wildfires spread around the Los Angeles area. The largest, the Palisades fire, has now scorched more than 20,000 acres and destroyed thousands of structures. Residents returning to find their homes reduced to rubble.
And this is what's left. And you know, it's everybody. It's not just us. I mean, if you look around, this whole neighborhood is gone, wiped off the map.
The Eaton fire in Altadena and Pasadena believed to have destroyed more than 7,000 structures and homes.
I will tell you, it looks like a war zone. I've never seen anything like it. You can go blocks where there's no homes.
In Washington, President Biden pledging to pay for 100% of the state's immediate costs for the next 180 days.
This is not going to be over even when all the fires are out.
More than 100,000 residents remain under evacuation orders in the Palisades, Eaton, Hearst, Kenneth, and Lydia fires, according to the Los Angeles County Sheriff. Another 166,000 residents are under evacuation warning. The White House has announced a program for survivors of the LA fires to get an initial one-time payment of $770 for access to necessities like water, gas, and prescriptions. And new tonight, Governor Newsom has invited President-elect Donald Trump to visit Los Angeles to tour the wildfire destruction. It's not clear yet if Trump has accepted that invitation. Let's get over to meteorologist Carly Gomez tracking the weather conditions in this firefight.
Luckily, we are now noticing the winds have slowed down, and that's good news for firefighters. But unfortunately, for all of those living in Los Angeles, Orange County, and all the way down to San Diego, we are looking at that smoke continuing to cover areas down all the way down again to San Diego, where we're seeing that air quality very unhealthy for a lot of people. Moving through our Saturday and into Sunday, we're going to see a shift in the winds pushing all that smoke back offshore. But unfortunately, with that, we're also going to see strong wind gusts returning, so not making the firefight easy once we move from Saturday to Sunday. That's Saturday night to Sunday night that we're looking at a fire weather watch, which is likely to change to a red flag warning by tomorrow, with gusts up to 50 miles per hour across those regions. And we're going to see that smoke continuing to hover over most of Southern California before finally shifting back over the ocean. Looking at your futurecast winds, we're going to continue to see there a lot more. And we did have a lot of those acres burning with the Palisades fire. We'll talk more about what to expect coming up.
Carly, thank you. Well, coming up later in the show, hear from a survivor of the Tubbs fire. Tonight, their advice to others about insurance amid the fires in Los Angeles. And coming up tonight on ABC, David Muir will anchor a special one-hour edition of 2020 with continuing coverage of the deadly California fires. Watch American Catastrophe, LA Burning, a special edition of 2020, airing tonight at 9 right here on ABC 10. The governor's budget for this fiscal year is now available, and as predicted, it's a relatively balanced budget with a modest surplus. Because of the ongoing fires in Los Angeles, the governor was unable to deliver this budget presentation. The state's director of finance says this is built to address budget problems. ABC 10's Jeannie Nguyen breaks it down for us and how lawmakers are responding.
In an hour-long presentation, the state's director of finance delivered what he considered to be a balanced and stable budget.
In large part due to the work to balance over 2 years in the current budget.
The 2025-2026 total budget is $322.3 billion with a small surplus of $363 million. That's a difference from last November's Legislative Analyst's Office's prediction of a $2 billion deficit.
The biggest difference here, as you can see, is in revenues, where total revenues, not just from the big three, were $9.4 billion higher than LAO.
As the LAO reported, the state does not have enough money to make new commitments. Today, the Department of Finance said 6,500 vacant state positions were cut, but CAL FIRE is exempt. They say with the ongoing fires in Los Angeles, the state understands resources are important.
Now have $1.3 billion ongoing. Been added, and approximately 2,400 new firefighters.
While the governor's budget does reflect a modest surplus, with the state crediting the work that the legislature has done in the previous fiscal year, Republican lawmakers say that this budget does not reflect financial issues that the state may face in the years moving forward.
We continue just to talk about spending money, but not how well that spending is.
The state says there are things that could impact the budget, like potential tariffs and immigration policies from the incoming Trump administration, and a potential delay in tax filings from people impacted by recent fires. The same type of delay happened during the Northern California storms in 2023.
We do recognize that there is likelihood that we are going to face additional tax delays due to disasters going forward.
But Senator Roger Nilo says the state needs to start planning now for the years ahead.
To do a robust analysis of existing programs and compare what they're accomplishing currently to what they were intended to accomplish. And that's where cuts need to come.
At the state capitol, Jeannie Nguyen, ABC 10.
The governor allocated $252.3 million ongoing from the general fund to the California state universities. The CSU chancellor says that is a nearly 8% cut and will hurt academic programs, student services, and course offerings. A major shakeup in Stockton. The city manager of 5 years has resigned from his post. Pressure was quickly mounting for Harry Black, who months ago got his contract renewed for 4 more years. Black resigned yesterday, just minutes before the new council was set to discuss whether to oust him.
Council voted 7-0, accepting the city manager's resignation in lieu of no-cause terminations.
In a statement, Black said, quote, "I am honored and pleased to have served the city of Stockton and its residents for the past 5 years. I want to thank the mayor, city council, and residents and businesses of Stockton for allowing me the distinction and honor to have served the people of this wonderful city." The resignation officially goes into effect on February 28th, but Black is on leave until then. Well, still ahead on To The Point, one fire survivor shares advice on recovery and challenges to others amid the ongoing devastation in Los Angeles.
A high-pressure system building offshore with a low onshore. The strong gusts we'll expect to see this weekend.
Meteorologist Carly Gomez joins us now, and we're just marveling at this video coming out of the Palisades fire in Los Angeles. It looks like a volcano, but we're seeing a helicopter dropping water on the fire here, this nighttime attack. This fire really fueled by the winds, but Carly, we're seeing some winds come into our area too.
That's right. Strong winds there have finally started to slow down, but for us, we're actually going to get strong wind gusts coming in a matter of hours into our early morning hours, 2 a.m. We'll start seeing the winds making their way through Northern California and unfortunately moving down towards Southern California by Saturday night into Sunday. We do have a wind advisory in effect for ourselves Saturday morning through Sunday morning. Gusts as high as 35 to 45 miles per hour. We're going to be warm and dry still through next week. With the wind advisory in effect, we're going to get gusty out there. And you have to remember, we haven't had water in quite some time. Still dry. We're not quite as dry as Southern California. We've actually gotten some decent rain over the winter months, but we're still looking at very dry conditions. It was warm today in the mid-60s. Now we're going to expect to see strong winds that potentially could hit power lines, of course, mostly just causing power outages. But just so you're aware, secure loose items out there. we're going to see these winds again very strong, as much as 30 to 45 mile per hour wind gusts. So large objects and trees may be impacted, potential for local power outages. Anything less than that, you're usually just seeing trash cans rolling around or the leaves, but we're going to be seeing a lot more than that. You may want to secure any loose items outside like patio furniture. And if you haven't taken those Christmas decorations down, this would probably be a great time to do it. Futurecast winds coming in early morning hours, but really starting to ramp up by 3 p.m. Strong gusts out of the north, as high again as 30 to even 45 miles per hour, finally slowing down for us as we get to Sunday afternoon, evening. But by Monday, again, strong winds making their way through our valley. Taking a look at temperatures, we're going to be right around these mid to upper 50s and low 60s in the foothills. And as we take a look into the Bay Area, there is a coastal flood advisory in effect because of high tides. So that'll be impacting just mostly that Saturday morning. Otherwise, we're going to expect to see mid 60s out there as we look into the valley. This is where we're going to see still another warm day ahead. Turlock, Modesto, Patterson, mid to low 60s with overnight lows right around the mid 40s, mid 60s in our valley spots to low 60s. And then finally a gradual drop in temperature as we move toward next week. We're dropping off in daytime highs, but also dropping off in overnight lows.
Thanks, Carly. Well, next on To The Point, the clock is ticking on TikTok, the final battle to save the app before it could be banned. Plus, a Northern California fire survivor shares their advice for others in the midst of the devastating Los Angeles wildfires. We continue to track the wildfires in Los Angeles tonight. This is live video right now showing the Palisades fire from above. Officials say the fire in Los Angeles has killed at least 11 people. All of those fires burning right now, and at least 10,000 structures are destroyed. You can see that helicopter there. Oh, there it is. They're dropping water on the fire. Potentially one of the Cal Fire Firehawks that are able to fight fire at night. Technology that is really able to attack these fires as they are burning in these canyons during difficult firefighting conditions. As more images from the fires come in, one of the main challenges some survivors will face is insurance and how to navigate it. Reporter Luz Pena spoke to a 2017 Tubbs fire survivor about their experience and the advice they have for others.
It's been 7 years since Annie Barber woke up to flames consuming her neighborhood in Santa Rosa.
And about 2:15, 2:20 in the morning, I got a nixle that said, fire jumped 101, heading to Coffee Park, evacuate immediately.
Coffee Park was leveled, a different site today. This represents the resilience and unity of this community. Annie, like many here, made it her mission to help other wildfire survivors.
Everybody in the neighborhood wants to pay it forward in some respect because they know how traumatic this is.
Annie began to volunteer for the nonprofit United Policyholders and now is a coordinator who's deployed to fire zones throughout the country.
Without insurance, can't recover.
Guiding many through the hardest moments of their lives, starting with what to do about your mortgage.
We recommend that they call their mortgage company and they ask them if they could please open an escrow account. So that money from the dwelling portion of the insurance will be coming in. You'll sign it, you'll send it to your mortgage company. They will open up an escrow account for the amount that you owe on your mortgage. And they'll hold on to that and walk it through the rebuild process with you. That is their collateral on your home that's gone.
Leading many to find ways to hold off payments.
I had a total loss. Can I do a forbearance? And in the perfect world, what they'll say is absolutely, and they'll give you 3 months at a time.
United Policyholder says documenting the inside and outside of your home now before a fire is key, as well as after for insurance claims.
You can clearly communicate with your insurance company any promises that were made and really, again, treat it like a business negotiation.
Now they're gearing up to go to Southern California to help.
Once they are contained, we will be going down to Southern California to have our volunteers who are previous disaster survivors staff the local assistance center.
Annie is continuing to prepare to help those who she understands at a deeper level.
This is the best work I could be doing. It's helping others. It feels really good.
United Policyholders was created after the Oakland Hills firestorms in 1991. They have a list of resources for homeowners on their website. Something you can do right now is know your neighbors and know your insurance contract before a fire. And the To The Point team spent months digging into the home insurance crisis, hearing from homeowners, Congress members, and the insurance commissioner about how we got to this point and what can be done to help. You can stream this special investigation right now on ABC 10 Plus. Just look for California's insurance crisis on the home screen. Well, President-elect Donald Trump was formally sentenced today in his criminal hush money case. Trump appearing in court virtually, maintaining his innocence. Back in May, a jury found Trump guilty of 34 felony counts of falsifying business records related to a hush payment to adult film actress Stormy Daniels that improperly influenced the 2016 election. The judge today sentenced Trump to an unconditional discharge. That means Trump will face no jail time, no fine, or no probation. Trump will be inaugurated on January 20th. He will be the first president with a criminal record. The popular social media app TikTok is just days away from being banned. The Supreme Court began hearing arguments in the case today. Justices seem likely to uphold a law that would ban the app in the United States beginning January 19th unless its Chinese-based parent company ByteDance sells it. At the heart of the argument is a case of free speech against national security. The Supreme Court is expected to make a ruling in the case next week. You never know what you'll see on the back roads. Tonight, John Bartel takes us kayaking through La Jolla Caves.
Just north of San Diego, along the La Jolla coastline, there's a series of cliffside caves guarded by an assortment of sea creatures. The caves are no secret, as they lie under a series of multi-million-dollar homes, but getting a look inside those caves is a bit challenging.
All right, ready? I got wet underwear now. All you, let's see what you got.
That is, unless you have a kayak and an experienced guide like Brody Savage.
No seasickness yet? Cool. Let me know if you are, because it doesn't get better. You can't really fight it.
Brody will not only get you to the caves, but he'll also help you navigate through the zoo of sea creatures. And the first you'll most likely come across are the migrating leopard sharks.
During the summer, there will be thousands of them here.
It takes about 20 minutes to paddle to the caves. Along the way, Brody explains how they were formed.
So the waves slowly erode these caves, whereas that cliffside over there, if it hits a good spot, the whole cliff will fall down.
Brody says a fault line in the Earth's crust is pushing up two different types of sandstone, and the waves erode each type of sandstone differently. The La Jolla Caves are made from a strong sandstone that erodes away like Swiss cheese, but the sandstone underneath the multi-million-dollar homes is soft.
What do you guys think that means for these houses over here? They're going down, right? These houses are all condemned. Not condemned, but they are condemned by the city of San Diego to fall in at one point in time.
Back in 2023, a bluff collapsed at Torrey Pines State Beach, sending parts of the cliff into the ocean. In 2015, a part of the bluff also collapsed, causing major damage to this home's pool. You know what else is living on the edge? A colony of seabirds, like cormorants and pelicans, who painted the bluff in what's known as San Diego snow.
What is all this white stuff up there?
That would be our San Diego snow. Anyone, did you smell it yet? Yeah, it's bird poop.
Right below the bird's poop deck lives a school of brightly colored orange Garibaldis, which is the official marine state fish of California.
Why are they so bright?
You know, they actually start off as like a little blue tint, and they gain that color over time by secreting the urine through their scales.
So essentially, if you're eating the skin on this fish, you're eating the pee?
Yep, pretty gross.
Once you get by all those sea creatures, we pass by the Sunny Jim's Cave, a partially man-made cave that you can access by entering the cave store on top of the cliff. I did a separate Backroads episode on the odd history if you want to watch it.
You guys ready? We're gonna go get into a cave just right around the corner over here, okay?
The moment finally came when Brody took us inside one of the sea caves. The ocean was a little rough, so he got in the water and swam us through the small entrance. Inside the cave, you can see the years of erosion up close.
These caves are estimated to be around 75 million years old.
Paddling through the La Jolla Caves is an exciting and enlightening experience, but if you ask me, the journey to the caves is just as special.
Kayaking the La Jolla Caves, I'm John Bartel. Hope to see you on the back roads.
Welcome back. Starting tonight, 3 major roads will be closed for construction projects. In Jolla County, the Enterprise Boulevard on and off ramps along I-80 will be closed from 9 tonight until 5 a.m. Monday. In Sacramento County, the connector from northbound 99 to westbound Highway 50 will be closed from 10 tonight until 5 a.m. Monday. And the Rio Vista Bridge along Highway 12 will be closed until Monday morning. For detour information, head to abc10.com. Well, thanks so much for watching and inviting us into your home. To the Point doesn't end here. To watch stories featured on the show, download our free ABC 10 Plus app wherever you stream. Have a great and safe weekend. We'll see you back here on Monday.
Hey, it's Alex. I just wanted to say thank you so much for watching. The To The Point team and I love hearing from you, and I hope that you'll stay in touch. And don't forget, you can always email me and the team at tothepoint@abc10.com, or you can even send us a text message at 916-321-3310.